living with alpha-gal syndrome, how can family best help?
Man, that is such a great question. I love it so much because there really is so much that family can do. And I think probably the most important thing is to really listen and validate how hard it is to be living with alpha-gal syndrome, and to also be a partner in the everyday logistics. One of the things about food allergies and alpha-gal syndrome is that it's exhausting because there's so many different decisions that you have to make just in your everyday life, depending on the severity of it, depending on how much you need to restrict, depending on what this topic is, how supportive your family and friends are. And there is something that we know in the field that's called decision-making fatigue. And I think that everyone has had a little taste of what that feels like with COVID, and how many decisions had to be made regarding what was safe, especially when we didn't have much information about COVID at the beginning of it. And so that is something that families can really do to help in terms of asking and respecting the answer of what can I do to take some of this burden off of your shoulders. And that sometimes means being assertive in a restaurant. It sometimes could mean being very mindful of if there's an upcoming activity, of maybe some food that you know is safe with their guidance. Make sure they're involved in the decision so you know it actually really is safe. And just really being there and letting them know that you have their back, basically, and that you're willing to do some of the work that it takes to just live with this on a daily basis for them.
I know for me, I have a really great example of this. I went on a girls' weekend with a couple of friends, and we were going out to restaurants and things. And, you know, it's an exhaustive process speaking to the staff at a restaurant. You know, I can't have this. I can't have this. Can I have this? Can you tell me what this is cooked in? You know, what else have you made in the kitchen today? All these questions for us. And it was one of the last nights we were there. And, you know, the waiter came over and I started my spiel and I said, you know, what are your fries cooked in? And he goes, I don't know, vegetable oil or something. And my friend piped up and said, actually, you need to go to the kitchen and find out exactly what it's cooked in, because if there is mammal in that, you're going to kill her. And it was just an enormous burden off my shoulders to have someone else take that on for me for a minute. I mean, I can't even tell you the physical weight that felt like it had been lifted from me. And I knew that I had a support team right there.
That's so great. I love that.
Thank you.